You get what you negotiate, not what you deserve. Most people grow up believing the world is fair. Work hard, be honest, keep your head down, do a good job. And eventually someone will recognize your effort and reward you. It's a comforting belief. It's also one of the biggest misconceptions about how the world actually works. Imagine two employees working in the same office. They have the same experience, the same responsibilities, the same work ethic. Yet one earns thousands of dollars more every year. Why? Because one accepted the first offer, the other negotiated. That's the uncomfortable truth. Life doesn't always reward effort. It rewards value, preparation, confidence, and the willingness to ask.
Is the final offer.
Every day, negotiations happen all around you. A salary offer, a house price, a business deal, a relationship, a boundary, even the amount of respect people give you. Most people don't realize they're negotiating. They assume the first offer is final. They assume fairness will take care of itself. Meanwhile, someone else asks one more question and walks away with a better outcome. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Section 1. Life is one long negotiation. Most people think negotiation only happens in boardrooms. In reality, it begins almost the moment you're born. A child asks to stay up later. A teenager asks to borrow the car. An employee asks for a raise. A customer asks for a discount. A couple decides how they'll spend their weekend. Even your own mind negotiates every morning. One voice says, "Get up." Another says, "5 more minutes." Nearly every important outcome in your life is influenced by negotiation. Your salary, your schedule, your workload, your relationships, your boundaries. The people who consistently achieve better outcomes aren't always smarter. They've simply realized something most people haven't. Everything is negotiable, until someone decides it isn't. Many people never discover what's possible because they never ask. They stay silent because they don't want to seem difficult. But silence often costs more than rejection ever will. Businesses negotiate every price you pay. Employers negotiate every salary they offer. Advertisers negotiate for your attention. Friends negotiate your boundaries. If you never establish your own limits, someone else will establish them for you. Section 2. Whoever sets the frame controls the conversation. Imagine walking onto a car lot. The salesperson says, "We're asking $38,000. Instantly, your brain starts measuring every other number against that one. Psychologists call this anchoring. The first number introduced into a conversation becomes the reference point for everything that follows. If the first price had been $45,000, suddenly $38,000 feels reasonable. The car didn't change, your perception did. Human beings rarely judge value in isolation. We judge by comparison. That's why luxury stores place expensive products near the entrance. Why restaurants include an extremely expensive menu item. Why negotiators often prefer making the first offer. The first person who establishes the frame usually influences the rest of the conversation. That's why preparation matters. Know the market, know your value, know your alternatives. If you don't define your own value, someone else will define it for you. Section 3. Listen more than you speak. Most people think winning a negotiation means having the perfect argument. The best negotiators know something different. The person learning the most is usually the one talking the least. When someone says, "We can't lower the price," instead of arguing, ask, "Can't lower the price?" Then wait. People naturally want to explain themselves. Often they'll reveal information they never planned to share. Maybe there's flexibility. Maybe there's another decision maker. Maybe they're willing to compromise. Information is leverage. Silence works the same way. Imagine someone makes you an offer. Instead of responding immediately, you simply pause. 5 seconds, maybe 10. Silence creates pressure. Many people begin negotiating against themselves. They justify, clarify, sweeten the deal. Not because you forced them, but because discomfort made them keep talking. Sometimes the strongest response isn't another argument. Sometimes it's a thoughtful question. And sometimes it's saying nothing at all. Section 4. Never give away something for nothing. One of the biggest mistakes people make is giving away concessions for free. They lower the price, take on extra work, say yes to every request. At first, it feels generous. Eventually, it becomes expected. Experienced negotiators follow one simple rule: never give, always trade. If someone asks for something, ask for something in return. If a client wants a discount, ask for a larger order. If an employer wants more responsibility, discuss greater compensation. Negotiation is exchange, not charity. People also value what they work for. That's why a small concession exchanged for another concession creates stronger agreements than giving something away for free. The goal isn't to win at someone else's expense. It's for both people to leave believing the agreement was worthwhile. Section 5. The power of walking away. Imagine receiving the only job offer you've had in months. You're far more likely to accept whatever is offered. Now imagine you have 3 different offers. The exact same salary suddenly feels negotiable. The difference isn't the offer, it's your alternatives. Negotiators call this your BATNA, your best alternative to a negotiated agreement. In simple terms, it's your backup plan. The stronger your alternatives, the stronger your position becomes. This applies to jobs, business, relationships, even major purchases. People who fear losing the opportunity often accept terms they shouldn't. Those who have options negotiate from confidence instead of desperation. The greatest leverage doesn't come from pretending you can walk away. It comes from actually being able to. Build alternatives before you need them, because desperation has a way of making bad deals look like good ones. Section 6. Preparation wins. Most negotiations are won before the conversation ever begins. Preparation creates confidence. Research creates confidence. Knowing your value creates confidence. Emotion does not. People make expensive decisions when they're rushed. Fear makes them accept less. Excitement makes them overpay. Pressure clouds judgment. That's why experienced negotiators don't rush. They ask questions. They verify information. They think before responding. Negotiation isn't really about convincing other people. It's about mastering yourself. Can you stay calm under pressure? Can you think clearly when emotions are high? Can you refuse to let urgency make permanent decisions? Preparation beats impulse almost every time. Conclusion. Most people spend their lives trying to become more deserving, working harder, waiting longer, hoping someone notices. But the world doesn't automatically reward effort. It rewards people who communicate their value, who prepare, who establish boundaries, who ask thoughtful questions, who are willing to walk away from bad deals. The biggest negotiation you'll ever have isn't with an employer or a customer. It's with yourself. Every morning you negotiate whether to get out of bed. Every payday you negotiate whether to spend or invest. Every evening you negotiate whether to pursue your future or postpone it. Those quiet negotiations shape your life more than any contract ever will. So stop assuming the first offer is the final offer. Know your value. Prepare before you speak. Listen more than you argue. Build options before you need them. Because life rarely gives people exactly what they deserve. It gives them what they're prepared to pursue, what they're willing to protect, and what they have the courage to negotiate. If you enjoyed this lesson, the next one explains why so many people struggle to negotiate in the first place. Not because they lack confidence, but because they're afraid of disappointing others. In the next video, we'll uncover the dark truth about being a good person, why people secretly resent you. I'll see you there.